Hello everybody, my name is Denise Reyes Coquitos, and my major is criminal justice and childhood development. My concentration is youth working out of school time with a minor in political science. The city I reside in currently is Sacramento, California. What brings me to this class is just pretty much just trying to finish up my requirements for my majors and just pretty much get those doing. Also, I've always been really interested or very just super interested in Pacific Islanders and everything they have, their culture in general. The songs I chose to include in my slide are Bright by Kehlani and Come Back to Earth by Mac Miller. Because growing up, I don't know, Kehlani, I've been listening to her since I was 13, 14 years old, and I've just been super I don't know, I feel I look up to her in many ways just because I fully wasn't really exposed to a lot of things in my city, or not a lot of things I knew about just in life in general, and growing up as a young teen and going through my high school years. And my mom wasn't really never really told me what to expect or what happens in the real world, because she was super she kept us in a small safety bubble, which was bad at all. But when I was experiencing a lot of those things and a lot of going through a lot as a high schooler, or just in general, I feel Kehlani was someone who I looked up to musically wise and just as an artist herself, because she was just so, she also I felt was growing up in her music too, so I felt I grew up with her just as a person. And I feel I her music just really it's just soothing and just beautiful. And I felt when I was something I could always jam to and feel good to, especially in high school, during after tests, or just walking in the hallway, or jamming with my friends. And it also reminds me of my best friends in high school, because we used to be obsessed with Kehlani. We'd go to all her concerts here in the Bay, and we would wait in hours for lines to just meet her and just stay up, be front row in her concert. So it just really reminds me of the good times when I was younger. And then the second song I chose was Come Back to Earth by Mac Miller. I feel right now, I don't know, when I moved back, I lived in SF for 2 years before I had to come back because of COVID. And it was such a weird transition. It was just super a very I kind of would say uncomfortable, but not a bad uncomfortable. It was just a weird uncomfortable, because I feel I was also growing. I was turning 20 last year, and I'm about to turn 21. So it was a very transitional period of understanding who I am and what I want, and I'm gonna graduate soon, so it was a lot. It was just a very transitional period for me of trying to heal from past events, and not being close to my friends anymore, and losing friendships, or losing relationships, or losing my loved ones. And it was just a lot. And I feel that was I could resonate with everybody else too. It was just a weird year. So I feel Mac Miller was just something I honestly, I honestly generally didn't start listening to him until this year. And then after I listened to him, and one song was this Come Back to Earth, or What's the Use To, were songs I instantly clicked with. And ever since I heard those songs, I could not stop listening to him. And I don't know, Come Back to Earth, when it's I think it's one quote, one lyric, it's I was drowning but now I'm swimming. And I really could connect to that kind of lyric right now, because I feel I was just going through a lot, and then I'm chilling now, I'm doing okay, and I'm trying to get through everything. So I feel really connected to him that way. Some of the most embarrassing technological related mishap I haven't had a lot, to be honest. I think the most would be I don't know, sometimes I accidentally, when I used to work, I used to be in SF, I used to work with at the HR department in the admin building. And I sometimes would be emailing the wrong people. So I'd be emailing my teachers, but would end up being my supervisors about work stuff. So I think something like that, I would get my emails confused because we're on the same computer all the time. So stuff like that, and I'd be working too, so that my supervisors would find out, but they would be chill about it. But I think that would have to be it. if I were going on a flight and one book would I read, I just read this book. This is where it ends, and I thought it was a super cool book. It's by this author. I don't know how to pronounce his name. Yeah, I don't know how to pronounce their name whatsoever, but it's a really good book about like a school shooting, and it talks about like different perspectives of the entire book. But it's really, really cool, and when I read it in like a day, and I thought it was so good. It was just like super like just grabbed my attention. I really liked it. What knowledge do I already have about Oceania and oceanic peoples? Honestly, not a lot. I don't think I have any. In fact, I think it's just like, I don't know. I just think I know like simple stuff like their culture, like not their culture like in depth, but like their rituals or how they're super connected with their spirituality, like connected to the earth, and like how they do like yeah, I don't want to call them dances because it's like not what they're called, but like how they do like ritual dance, like movements for each other and like to honor each other. And I think I don't know, I honestly don't know. I feel like I know what like the basic steps of like just who they are and like what they like the basic stuff that they do. Sometimes I don't fully know what they are, like what they do, and like my knowledge, and my knowledge comes from is just honestly, I feel like in Sacramento, my sister went to this school in high school, and she was around a lot of Pacific Islanders, so she really just kind of taught me about that. I've honestly never been like super surrounded by Pacific Islanders, oceanic people, so I really haven't had a lot of knowledge about them. But my nickname is Nani. Like my family calls me Nani, and like it's just been a nickname I had since I was a kid. They call me Nani. So I know a lot of like Polynesian people or like Samoan people always think I'm like Polynesian or something, because my name is like, I have a necklace and it says Nani, so they're always like trying to think that I'm Polynesian or something. So I feel like that's kind of the only way like they can recognize me, but I'm not. So I feel like that's like the only thing. What knowledge do you already have about health, and where did the knowledge come from? I feel like my health, I honestly feel like health, just like basic things I just learned in high school, which are like the knowledge stuff. I feel like lately, like especially this year, I've literally kind of learned about mental health and like what trauma is and what kind of trauma, like I feel like it's just around me, and how like generational trauma works and all that. So I feel like mental health I learned a lot about just this year, because I feel like I was going through a like transitional period of like trying to understand who I was and trying to understand my feelings and trying to like heal and like work on myself. So I feel like when that was all happening, I was kind of understanding where like mental health comes from and all these other things that could be like the way I work and the way I react to things, or the way who I am. What excites you about this course? Honestly, just to learn. Like I'm so excited to be part of this class, just because I've always had like an interest in just like Pacific Islanders and oceanic people. I just have like this dream that one day I'm gonna live in Hawaii. And I went to Hawaii in before my freshman year of college. I went and I literally fell in love. Like I've always had like this fascination with this place, and I don't know why in Hawaii. I just always had this fascination with that place. And then I went my senior year as like a graduation present that I got, and I just like was so in love. And I just love like the people, the atmosphere, and like just the beach, and I love just like everything about it. So yeah, that's what excites me, just so I could get more knowledge, so I could like be as respectful and admiring to the culture as it is. What doesn't excite me about this course is just the workload. It is a lot. I've taken 4 classes last summer, but I wasn't working, and this time I'm working full-time while taking 2 summer school classes this semester, so I'm not super excited about that, but I'm ready to see where it goes. And yeah, that's it. Thank you.